Tom Hanks did a great job, but it was kind of weird. He was chasing around a 17-year-old the whole movie.
Some might say it's a depiction of his life. I don't know. I don't know.
Pretty accurate for the way the timelines, sets up.
I wonder what you have to do to get those mannerisms down.
Dude, you gotta stop, bro.
Yeah, I don't pay for prostitution, so I wouldn't know.
Eyes are darting back and forth.
From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved.
So you're shuffling your checks with your right hand.
I don't shine shoes anymore.
A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Can you do it with your left hand?
I never tried.
Sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Don't ever go over my fucking head again, you motherfucker, you.
I believe we're rolling.
All right, guys, I fucked up, and my mic's gonna be just not good today. So
Don't look at it.
it's like this. This is chilling.
Don't look at it.
Okay. Well, did we review? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't know the name of it, honestly.
Catch Me If You Can. Steven Spielberg, 2002.
Mm-hmm.
You like it?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good historic piece too. Like I feel like it's a good one to like look at and just be like, oh, this is how shit went down back then.
Yeah. Like, well, it's late 60s, right? I actually didn't know the time period.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a really good job, I think, of like depicting it because I guessed it like in the middle of the movie. I'm like, oh, this is mid 60s.
Yeah.
And then I think 1966 popped up on the screen.
Yeah, it still holds up, I swear, because it's like realistically, everyone's just lying about what they do at this point. Because I mean, like even my manager at the warehouse is no fucking warehouse manager. This motherfucker managed maybe an Applebee's, but like, this just shows that all you have to do is be able to bullshit your way into wherever you're trying to get to.
Yeah. You know what's funny though is like, because you're saying about how much you could get away with back then, right?
Oh yeah.
He was saying it's like a million times easier today. I actually watched a speech he gave about his life.
Really?
And he's been with the FBI for like 41 years, I think. Well, that was in 2017, so 44 years probably. And he's just saying with technology, like for example, before when he was counterfeiting the checks or whatever, he had to use $1 million press that was manned by 3 people. So I don't know how he did it, but he ran from station to station because he was quick enough to do it. Yeah. But so nowadays you just get the right software and you have a scanner or something. Yeah. And it's just like
so the technology is better.
Yeah.
But
he said that like trying to sneak onto a plane would probably be a little harder, but he said it's still manageable.
But
it's crazy.
Also too, yes, that technology is making it easier for us to do shit like that, but also it's making it easier for the fucking people to catch us doing it.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's kind of like I don't know. You eventually you have to be ahead of the game, so you have to be on to whatever the next little fucking finesse is for the most part. You know?
Yeah, you'd think it would be easier to initially start, but then maybe it just wouldn't last as long.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you just keep it moving like different scams every single time, but then you have to know everything.
Who knows, dude? Who knows? But yeah, enough about that. Dude, all-star cast. This is what I would call an all-star cast. Most people would probably say like maybe 6 or 7 super famous people. There's like 3 or 4 in here. But I fucking love these actors. So like Christopher Walken is probably my favorite actor. Yeah. Definitely top 3. And I loved his character. It was like a pretty believable relationship with his son too. But his con man antics, dude, I loved it. Yeah. He's so like gimmicky too. He's like, pow,
He's car salesman.
He's dope, dude. I fucking love him.
These car salesmen, I swear, dude, New York back then was wild. I mean, I'm sure it's still wild, but like, it's a character for sure.
Also, Tom Hanks did a great job, but it was kind of weird. He was chasing around a 17-year-old the whole movie.
Some might say it's a depiction of his life. I don't know. I don't know.
Pretty accurate for the way the timelines, sets up. back in 2002.
Yeah, that fucking dumbass dude. Fucking Woody. Fucking Woody had the fucking guy right in the same room with him, and he fucking conned him out of arresting him the first time.
You call him Woody?
Yeah, he's Woody from Toy Story.
Bro, what? I'd probably call him, I guess I wouldn't. Not
Who, Hank Hill?
Not Wilson.
He looks like Hank Hill.
He does kind of. I don't even remember his name in Castaway. That's sad.
Yeah, exactly, because he's Woody.
But no, everyone thinks of Forrest Gump, but like before Forrest Gump, I saw Castaway, which is kind of funny, and that's an iconic movie. But anyways, I think he did a great job, aside from our jokes. And Leo obviously killed it. A lot of his actions in the movie were pretty exaggerated.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of
Yeah,
that's just how
Leo-
film is sometimes, you know.
Leo's interesting because I feel like he's on like all his movies are really good, and I feel like in person he's like on that like psychopathic level of famous where you just can't even like relate to him or talk to him or have a conversation with him.
Dude, yeah. He's like
Because he's too good at what he does. He's
it's like
literally
Johnny
too good.
Depp too.
Yeah,
It's
John.
like
Yeah, that I was
they're
gonna
just
compare him.
their superstardom is just like so high. It's
Yeah, that
probably hard to have a
the
conversation.
same, literally the same level.
Yeah,
Because they're too good at what they do. I don't know how else to put it.
yeah. Like I said, a little exaggerated, but I mean, I loved it. I thought it was fitting. Martin Sheen was kind of like a funny addition. I actually kind of liked this character, even though it was corny.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Wait, you thought it was over exaggerated?
Just some of his actions, yeah. Like the shit he was doing in the movie, obviously it didn't all really happen.
Like what
Like-
parts?
Well, like sneaking out through the toilet or whatever in the plane. He snuck out through the kitchen
Yeah,
or
that's true.
whatever in real life. I mean, I can only make that example because I actually know what happened there. I don't really
Yeah.
know what happened in a lot of the movie,
Yeah.
but you could just tell, like okay, when he escaped and gave him his wallet and shit. Like, I don't know if that really happened. Maybe it did.
How strange was it when he
But-
was asking the dad for the hand in marriage or whatever? And he's like, "No, what do you do for real? I know you're lying," or
Yeah.
whatever. And he just gave him some bullshit answer, and the dad was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Martin Sheen was like, his character was funny. It was a little corny though. Like, I don't know if I believe that whole
Believe
interaction really happened. Probably not.
Hmm.
Actually, in real life, now that I think about it, he married a woman whose parents didn't like him, like at all. So it was
Who,
kinda the
Leo
opposite.
or?
No, Frank Abagnale, the actual guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in real life.
It was the opposite.
Yeah, it was the
Interesting.
opposite. Yeah.
All I have to say
That's
is
strange.
he's the GOAT for finessing the hooker to pay him $400 to have sex with him.
Yeah, dude. I
This
wrote
is-
that down too.
This is amazing life lesson. Know your
So good.
fucking worth, kings.
Yeah, for real.
Especially during No Sip September.
Dude. And Jennifer Garner's hot, bro. Like, if that really happened, and if it was anyone like even near her, fire.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. That was good. That was a good
great.
part of the scene.
That's just like that's like another example is like almost too good to be true, but something similar I'm sure did happen to this guy.
It almost
You know?
it almost threw me off because like I'm sure there's prostitution, but to think that there was prostitution because wasn't she famous? She was famous, right?
Yeah.
So it was prostitution at like a famous level, which is weird.
That's like
I mean,
an
it's
escort,
like,
right?
huh?
That's like an escort, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, but like you would think like she was like the fucking Victoria's Secret Model of the Year or whatever the fuck, like whatever she was. You
Uh-huh.
would think back then they would be like, oh no, fuck it, like just because I feel like the bar wasn't as low as it is today. Today it makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, it makes sense. But like, I feel like back then,
Yes, dude. I feel like there were a lot of like. I feel like there was a lot more prostitution back then, though.
you could definitely get away with more, but I feel like they had a more like it was more like there's more stigma behind it, you know, like people were like no, I didn't, you know.
Yeah, maybe. I have no idea. I'm not old, bro.
Yeah, I don't pay for prostitution, so I wouldn't know.
Eyes are darting
Yeah.
back and forth.
But yeah, that scene was great.
Yeah. Amy Adams was pretty good. His wife, I didn't really like her character, but she acted well. And yeah, dude, there's those are some pretty famous actors. I'd say. So the budget was 52 million, and their box office was 352 million.
Yeah, so obviously makes sense.
Boom. Spielberg killed it, obviously.
Obviously makes sense.
Yeah.
I think
not a cheap cast.
This movie outed the FBI.
Why?
Because he goes and works for the FBI. He's a criminal. They have criminals working for the FBI. The fuck?
True.
That's kind of like, to me, I'm just like, well, you guys just outed yourself.
Yeah, but like what? Dude, come on. What benefit would he have working for them as a criminal?
I don't know. I'm sure he can finesse something. He was obviously able to finesse. Well, what did he end up with? Like 10 million back then, which is like.
No, he was like at 4 million in debt or something, or
yeah, he stole 4 million from them.
He stole. Yeah.
So obviously, I'm not saying he exactly is doing shit, but obviously they have people in there that might be like working the system. Killing Kennedy. Nah, who said that?
I hope not. I don't think he had any political agenda, so that's good.
Who, him?
I think he was just a poor kid that was just like.
No, they didn't have any political agenda, but they have people that are dirty in there. That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't have to be, they can be finessing the system. They can be using it to profit money eventually. Like bringing drugs into the company. I don't know. I don't.
I'm not even gonna start with you. Like, I have nothing to say. I can't even respond to you. It wouldn't make sense. The plot, like I said before, exaggerated clearly, but it was still an exciting movie throughout the entire thing.
Oh yeah, it was dope. I fucked with it. It was it was one of those movies that. This one wasn't really you're on edge, but you wanted to okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next?
Yeah.
It was good. Fucking him pretending to be the doctor and then getting the ER call. I'm like, dude, no way.
Yeah. Apparently something like that actually happened. There was a baby that lost oxygen and it turned blue or something. And he was like, all right, well, this is something for the interns.
Yeah, no. Hey, it kind of makes sense. It kind of, for real, it kind of makes sense. It's like, it's the same idea. If everybody else around you has insurance, why do you need insurance? You just need to make sure you're not the one fucking crashing it.
Right. Yeah. Super fucking sketchy. But I think the point being was that was what an injury, or it's not an injury. I don't know what you would call that, but that was a situation where the doctor, the main guy, would be taking care of it.
Yeah.
Nobody else felt confident doing it.
Yeah.
So that's where it's dangerous. That's why I think he quit. It's okay, I put somebody in danger. So he had a conscience. It's not like he didn't have a moral conscience,
Yeah, he got the girl already by then, so he's just like, gives a fuck.
I kind of wish that at the start of the movie they didn't show him getting caught, because a piece of me inside the entire time was like, oh, I really hope he gets away.
Everybody wants him to get away.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea or I mean, obviously it's a super successful movie and people love it, but personally,
you always want. I mean, he kind of got away because he ended up getting a job with the FBI, and he ended up his life ended up working out. It's not like he's rotting in a jail cell right now.
Well, it's a redemption story.
Yeah,
but it's not like he's a criminal that escaped.
But the thing is you want him to get away because you want to know when you're finessing it, you're gonna get away with it. Because the majority of the time, the back of your head, fuck, it's not gonna last that much longer. It's not gonna last that much longer. But if you have the fucking insurance of being yeah, I'm never gonna get caught, it's it just makes it feel better.
I agree.
From what I hear, though, I don't know.
I agree. Thinking from a criminal's perspective,
this is what I read on the forums on the internet. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, redemption story, I guess. I mean, it's kind of more of a just you're gonna be okay. unless you're like killing people, then you're gonna be in jail forever. But like he ended up on top. I feel like he almost left it all. You know.
What do you mean?
Remember at the end when he was gonna leave and just flee because he was just like, "Fuck this! I don't want to do this shit anymore."
But then they would have put him away forever.
Well, they would have to catch him again.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
Tom Hanks wasn't gonna, or Woody. I mean, sorry, excuse me. Woody wasn't gonna call the police on him because he knew he wasn't gonna leave for whatever reason. I don't know. I forgot what his reason was, but like,
Well, it was just like, I don't know. I don't want to risk doing this. I want to actually, make something of my life probably. Because he's in real life, that speech he gave, you can tell he's like, does not want to be that person anymore.
yeah, I feel like he was addicted to it because he grew up to it, so that's all he knew. So he's low key addicted to it, and then, like, yeah, I feel like the end he kind of realized like, oh, it's not like fulfilling anything, So
It's also
it's just
19 at the time, and literally just reacting on impulse. Like, okay,
Well,
I can get away with
how
this. I
old-
can do this.
How
but
old was he? No. How old was he when he was with the FBI? He had to be like 22, right? At least.
He was
21,
it was
22?
4 years after, so like 23.
Yeah,
24.
I'm talking more of that stage where he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave because I don't want to fucking work this job." But like
Yeah.
that's kind of like almost he still had like the child mentality where he's just like, I have to show up to work every day, like
Right.
5 days a week. I
Right.
want to do this shit on time, like all that. Because just think about it, he was making millions, fucking doing whatever
whatever,
he
yeah.
wants, So he kind of had that, and then I think he kind of realized like, nah, that's not the life I want to live in. It wasn't fulfilling, even with all the money and shit like that.
Yeah, it's an inner struggle.
Yeah.
I'd say. But yeah, he made the right choice. So
I
I mean,
don't know,
in
10
the end,
million.
I think he did redeem himself because he probably gave the FBI so much information that they were after. I even wrote down before he got caught, if the government had this guy working for him, it'd be amazing. It would be so beneficial. You know what I mean?
So do you think no, I'm not gonna go there. I was gonna try to match up another criminal and be like, do you think they got them working for him or what? Like El Chapo or something?
Epstein?
I'm not touching that.
Yeah, I don't even know where I came up with that. I kind of wanted to see what happened to his wife, Amy Adams. Like, what happened? Like, obviously they didn't.
Yeah, did they live happily ever after? No, because she tried to rat him out, huh?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Dude, I don't really know his relationship with his wife in real life, but I think he met his wife from the FBI. So I don't think that
His
was
new wife?
I think he dated somebody while he was a criminal, but I don't think.
So him that whole marriage thing that them
I don't
trying to
think
catch
that
him on
actually happened.
that didn't happen. It was just part of the story.
So, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But
yeah, dude, like him trying to pick her up at the airport and him catching all the fucking agents. Like he's like, nope, I'm out of here.
yeah.
This is why Tyga said never to love these hoes.
But just for the movie's sake, I would have liked to see like what happened with that.
Like actually happened with
Yeah.
his wife. Yeah.
Just
that-
like even one scene of her just like, moving on or something, would have been beneficial, I think. Dude, I like you were saying earlier, I cannot believe he chose to be a doctor out of all things.
Yeah, I would
At one
have
point.
chose something. I mean, like even when he went to go be a lawyer was even kind of risky, but like I like finding out that like he was actually smart as fuck and he actually passed the bar exam.
Yeah.
That
which
was
was also
tight.
true. He did it in 8 weeks and he passed on his 3rd try.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Um,
Apparently it's just like if you
School-
can memorize what you get wrong.
School's a
Yeah.
fucking lie. School's a fucking lie. Yeah, no, dude. Yeah, that was wild to me. But and I like how he told fucking Woody that fucking he passed it all on his own too. And the Woody's like, what? But yeah, doctor, I would not have chose that. I don't know what would you do? Maybe a banker, since he's finessing the banks and he already knows the banks, you know?
Yeah, something financial, or I don't know. I mean, like if you're gonna study and become a lawyer, you could become an accountant. There's dirty accountants everywhere.
Like cooking
So,
books and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
Laundering
That
money.
was pretty interesting. That he
but
chose
again,
that.
I think everything like in his speech, he said everything was impulse. So if he saw an opportunity, he'd just go for it. No plans really.
Mm-hmm.
He'd just take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he saw the pilots, he became a pilot literally just to be able to cash checks. So he didn't do it so he could like get on planes and shit. He did it so that when he walked in to hand somebody a check, they didn't second guess him because he's in his uniform.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's like, that motive is strange.
Yeah, honestly, back then, if I had like, I don't even know, like $1 million or whatever, I would have stopped there. I'd been like, all right, well, give me my own little house. I'm there.
Yeah.
And then like start a business and just be kicking it, you know?
Uh-huh.
So I always find it strange that people keep going and just keep risking it. But also too, I've never been in the position where I have like I'm on a fucking like 200, 300 grand fucking winning streak at like a roulette table. Because honestly, I probably would keep going. But like, I don't have the experience yet. But me being poor right now, I'd be like, nah, stop and just live comfortably. But like,
Right.
The fuck do I know right now? I'm poor. After he made like his first like million or something, I would have stopped there. Just
Right.
I've been like, I don't have that much time. But then like he kept calling fucking Woody every Christmas. It was like a fucking sexual thing. It was weird. Was it not? Like,
well, they were after him though. It's not like they were ever off his tail, Feel me?
Yeah, but like he like made an effort to call him. Then he was like trying to fuck with him, giving him the address. Like it was a weird like psychological thing that.
Again, he's like a kid at that time. He's like 17, 18,
Yes, but 17, 18 back then is like at least 25. They would start working in 60s at fucking like 12 years old.
Yeah. But I mean, not like we weren't really working when we were young teenagers,
I guess.
I mean, maybe the jobs were different. Maybe it was more like the approach to jobs was more grown up, but
yeah, I remember John Carmona. Shout out him, dude. Fucking goat. He told me by 12 he got a job at the wharf for what was it? It was some seafood restaurant, and he would be the motherfucker at 12-year-old at 6 a.m. catching the fish, bringing the fish in from the dock, from the docks and shit.
dude, what a gangster.
I know. He also he also would catch tarantulas and sell them to people. So
Oh my god. And lizards too, right?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, I don't even know how I know that.
Probably told the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so maybe you're right though about independence and
Yeah,
stuff.
they're probably
back then.
a lot more grown.
Yeah. But also it's not like they never stopped looking for him, so I don't know. Maybe he was getting off to it at a certain point. But
Yeah, I would
he had
too,
to
honestly.
I feel like you'd have to keep doing illegal shit to continue to run, kind of,
Yeah. I'm
So-
surprised he was kind of, it seemed like the movie at least made it seem like he kept it moving, but he didn't really have like a settled place,
Mm.
And like,
Well, he moved to Florida after the whole pilot thing. Because they were after.
Oh, yeah. But
Pan Am was after.
he was
him.
always having apartments, which I guess, I mean, that's probably smart in his case, just having apartments. But like, honestly, what did they say? Like, he owed like $4 million or some crazy shit. I would. Well, you probably buy a house back then for like $5,000, bro. Like, I would have some shit out in the woods, an arsenal, and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know how easy it would be to buy a house with a fake alias and no paperwork, no license, Who knows?
Yeah, but back then, like, if you had the cash, they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's probably true.
They did not give a fuck.
Yeah. Maybe in the cities they did though,
So you move out to the cuts, make it harder for them to find you.
Yeah. True. Plus there's like all kinds of mob ties in New York and Florida. So
Yeah, he could have easily got tied in with them. Like, obviously, the work he was doing was super nice. He probably could have got protection, all that. Like, nothing.
why are we trying to like further his criminal career? He's turned it around. He's like, he's made a good person out of himself.
Is
And
it-
we're like, why aren't you building your empire?
Is it
Pablo Escobar.
Is it criminal? Is it criminal though? Under whose law is it criminal? Because
That's true. If you make your own laws, it's all good.
yeah, exactly. Who is it criminal to? Who is it, like, for real? They're doing this shit to us. They obviously are hiring fucking him to do that shit for them.
Look, dude, Woody had good intentions, all right? I even called him by his real name for you. I thought
Man,
these sets
fuck
were
Woody.
great. I thought the sets were great. This movie was like pretty vibrant. You notice all the colors?
Yeah.
Pretty bright.
It was a good
Yeah.
60s feel, honestly. It's like vibrant, but it has the vintage like film felt grainy feel. So it doesn't pop too much, you know?
Yeah.
But it still has that like off whites, off yellows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Feel to it.
So do you call your father daddy?
That was weird. That was fucking weird.
You know what's even weirder? In his speech, he said daddy like 3 or 4 times. He's like, my daddy would come to my room every night and kiss me. I was like, dude, that's dope. Good relationship with your father. Good for you.
Yeah, I don't know what Christopher Walken's doing over there right now, but
Yo, it wasn't that
I
weird.
would not, never, ever, nor would I ever let my son call me that. Like, the fuck, bro?
You beat his ass. Huh?
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, bro. I think it was normal back then, and obviously daddy has become sexualized. That wasn't a thing back then.
That's true. I agree with that.
That was
It's
just like
probably,
the little
yeah,
kid
it's-
thing, you know. and
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
If
what-
you really love your dad back then,
are they gonna
you know.
fucking like think about it in like 40, 50 years? Is it gonna be weird for us to call our dad or father? Like, are they gonna sexualize that too?
I hope not, bro. No way, dude. No way. That's way too generic of a thing to start doing.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Unless it's like a priest fetish. Oh, father.
you never know, bro. They're fucking going hard on these porn sites. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, no. I'm not sure. I hope not. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. Also, fun fact, he actually never met his father, or he grew up with his father, but he never saw his father again after he left. So when
Makes
they
sense.
were doing the divorce shit in the court, he left. He never saw him again. He just
Yeah,
found out
imagine
he
back
died.
then, like, if you moved away, you were never seeing your parents ever again or talking to them. Like, even
He was expecting to come back, but his father died just randomly.
Yeah.
You know? It was just an accident. So that was sad. But I thought it was interesting how they incorporated that in the movie. Obviously, Christopher Walken was like a big role throughout the entire thing.
oh yeah,
So thank God.
I like how he got caught lying because he wasn't gonna snitch out his son because he knew exactly what the son was doing.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Love it, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
learned
obviously
from
he was
it.
gonna do it. Yeah, exactly. Obviously he's gonna do it. But I like also too, like, how when he pretended to be the school teacher or whatever, the dad just already knew. He's like, all right, cool. Anyway,
Yeah, apparently that happened at, I think it was Harvard, in real life,
Harvard
but they
high
deny it.
school.
No, university.
Oh, he was in college back then.
No, apparently he faked being a teacher.
Oh, but they made it seem like he was doing it in high school.
I think that was the yeah. But I think that was I'm pretty sure that was a school, but it was some big college.
Yeah.
And apparently he was like a assistant teacher,
Something he can.
but
get
they totally deny it. Like they say it didn't ever.
Yeah,
happen.
obviously, it fucking makes
yeah.
them look fucking stupid.
Of course it does. Yeah. Yeah, and also he had gray hair when he was younger. I think that helped sell his appearance. Just weird.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
wonder what that.
He must have just
what-
looked old for his age.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's true. I knew people my age that I worked with that looked like they're like 30.
Mm.
Back when I was
Yeah.
like 20.
Yeah, it's weird because I've always had a baby face, so I usually people will ask if I'm younger than I really am. It's a weird concept to me. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it was weird that Tom Hanks was like so concerned about him the entire movie. Like it's like it seemed like in the beginning he kind of despised him because he was getting played by him or whatever. But then towards the end, he's like, "No, don't go out there. They're gonna kill you," or this and that.
Yeah, because he's Woody's type.
I think it's because he saw the potential in him for how smart he is.
Yes, I also think they grew
some kind of relationship.
Yeah, a relationship.
Yeah.
Like even though it's like, yeah, I hate this fucking person so much, but also too, like, if you're spending 5-6 years trying to catch them,
yeah,
or however long, it might not have been that long, but it's like 6 years or whatever of like you guys dealing with each other is like eventually is gonna be like a
yeah, it's like Christian Bale and Tommy Wiseau.
Christian Bale,
Batman and Joker.
Yeah. It's like
I don't want to kill you. You complete me. Yeah.
It's like
dude, Tommy Wiseau's the goat.
What would be a good one? What are the two guys' name in Brokeback Mountain?
Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger. So good.
Which is the Joker and fucking Donnie Darko, actually, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see how your analogy makes sense at all, but sure.
They want to fuck. Yeah.
That was pretty much it for my notes.
Yeah, that's all I had too. My main parts were just him fucking working for the FBI after and the hookers.
The hookers. Yeah, the real Frank said that Tom Hanks was like perfectly casted. He said he thought it was him, basically.
Oh, was
it's
it?
just all his mannerisms.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I wonder what you have to do to get those mannerisms down.
Dude, you gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop. But yeah, super interesting guy. I kind of wish he wrote a book or something. Maybe he did.
Yeah, dude.
I
If they
actually don't
have
know.
a book, I'd be down to fucking read it.
Maybe
That'd
when
be
he
tight.
retires, because he's still working. But
Like a whole like autobiography type of thing.
yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
Love
be
to
down.
read it. It's like an adventure story. Almost like fiction because of all the crazy shit.
Yeah, but it's real life, so it makes it even better.
Yeah, more thrilling. So
Be tight too in his book if it was just like, all right, this is how you finesse everything, and just give you like everything you need.
Bro, he works for the FBI. He's not gonna help people like do shit like that,
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Once a snake oil salesman, always a snake oil salesman.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I'm saying.
Nah, I'm sure he's rich as hell. But yeah, that's it. Want to end her off?
Like, subscribe, follow,
Send Rene nudes. He's single.
send me nudes.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. Thanks if you made it all the way to the end. Most people don't. Shout out Candied. I know he's watching. My boy. What else?
I think that's it.
Follow Twitter.
Later.